Hello, beautiful, happy Sunday. So I'm just here playing in my hair and I'm thinking about one of my longtime videos, like Naturals to Have More Fun. And I'm even thinking about years ago, not years ago, but a couple of years ago, we had gone to Paris, my husband and I, and the TSA officer complimented me. He was like, "Hey, I love your hair." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And he was like, "Yeah, I ain't seen Shirley Temples in a minute." And in that moment, I felt deflated because I was like, "These not Shirley Temple curls. This is a rod set." And there was something I had to think about, like what was it about that compliment that I didn't like? And I think it was Shirley Temple. For me to be an adult, mature woman, Shirley Temple felt, childish and cutesy versus like really becoming of a woman who feels attractive with big flowy hair. So that's not really what I want to talk about in this video. Well, actually, it is kind of because it's all about living your life and looking good while doing it. And in that moment, I felt good. So he offered a compliment, but in my head, I deflected. So anyway, what I really wanted to share with you was when I was 9 years old, I entered a pageant, and I had entered a pageant when I was 7 years old, and then entered another one when I was nine. And I prepared in the best way possible for this pageant. And when it came time to take the stage, and actually before taking the stage, there was an interview portion with a mother-daughter duo. And I thought that I was prepared in every way, but there was one question that I was not prepared for. I failed to prepare for this. And the statement was, it was really an invitation to share more of me. And they asked me, they said, "Well, tell me about yourself." And I was like, "Oh, I got nothing." At the time I was like, "Hey, I'm 9 years old. I have three brothers. I'm in the fourth grade," or whatever grade that I was in. And I felt stumped. Like there has to be more that I could share here, but I had nothing. And so I'm sharing this story with you because I know that nowadays women, like, we're busier than ever, right? Our schedules are packed, we're jam packed, and many of us are operating in a default mode, operating in go, 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 go mode. So much to the point that when I ask many women, when I ask potential clients, like, "What do you want? Tell me about yourself. Like, what's your desire?" It's like, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm sharing this with you because if this continues, what will happen is that it detracts from your attraction factor. It lessens and diminishes your irresistibility. It lessens and diminishes your allure. And then you can become a victim of circumstance, so much so that you're waiting for a man to approach, and when he does, you have absolutely no conversation. You really go into basic woman status. And so even worse is that when this happens, when a woman becomes victim of circumstance and is really in go, go, go mode, really in just default mode of living, she's looking for a relationship as an escape to her life. And then she begins to burden the man and put all the pressure on him to be in it and everything. And if there's something that's missing, and she's like, "Oh, this ain't it. I got to go because this ain't even it," right? Because there's so much pressure that's put forth in that versus filling up her own cup, living her life and looking good while doing it. Now, this doesn't have to be your story, right? You have the potential and the capacity to be an alluring woman, to be a woman who is totally irresistible. And the thing is, the gap or the bridge that separates you from where you are now to where you want to be is what you choose to believe. So I want to encourage you to start living your life now and start looking good while you are doing it. You don't have to wait for a man to approach, and what not only for a man to approach, but for any circumstance, whether it's a man or an event, to happen to feel like you can get to the next level. Because as I think about that pageant experience, me thinking that this title of Miss Preteen Detroit, and actually I have the trophy right here. I kind of use it as a paperweight. Miss Preteen Detroit, 1993. Okay, so I was not nine. I was actually 11 years old. But ha ha ha, here's my trophy. Isn't she a beauty? Yeah, and they don't. This is good. Like, look, this is side note. This is that good marble. They don't make these anymore. But this is my trophy, 1993 East Coast pageant, Miss Preteen Detroit, 1993 contestant. And so I'm sharing this with you because you can begin to create abundance, love, um, money, everything that you want, you can start creating that now. You don't have to wait. So when I entered that pageant, I thought that that was the thing that was going to take me to the next level. I thought that I would be the cool girl. I would be the popular girl. I could be, I could have this title, and thinking like that was the thing that was going to get me to the next level. If I could only have this thing, and sort of waiting on that, as a not, well, as I see now as an 11-year-old, there's so much that I could have been I could have shared. I could have spoken about my cheerleading, other sports, and spelling bees, and student council, and teamwork, and all these different things. What I failed to realize in that moment, and what I failed to prepare for, was that instead of thinking that this title was going to be the thing that could make all my dreams come true, that I had to be interesting enough, and I had to reveal, I had to create this invitation, or really accept this invitation to share more of myself. When they ask me, well, hey, tell me about yourself, instead of going to, well, this is what I got, this is what I do, and here are the people in my life. But being interesting enough to at least qualify so that I could compete for the title. Now, there are a lot of similarities to being interested enough so that you can at least compete for the title that you want, whether it's wife, whether it's girlfriend, because many women are not like, you want to be validated. You want to be in a claimed relationship. You want to be in a titled relationship. And don't get me wrong, it's not the end all be all, but I know that you have a lot of success in a lot of other areas of your life except for this one. So it's really time for you to really honor your desire to be claimed. So when you start to live life now, when you start to be interesting now, when you start to live your life and you look good while doing it, this is when you become spirit-filled. This is when you become a magnet. And from that place, you're able to attract like-minded men who are devoted to your happiness. I say this because we're all seeking something, and men want their spiritual standards to be raised. And not only men, but we women too, we want to feel, right? And the challenge with men is that women, you can look the part and you're the woman that he'll take to bed and lay down, or you can just be the girl who's in the friend zone and never have the type of love and passion that you want in your life. But when you come from this place of living your life now, taking an active interest in yourself and not looking for a relationship as an escape, when you start to believe what is possible for you now, even though it hasn't happened, even though you don't know what it looks like because you've never seen it before, but because remember, where you are today and where you want to be is just simply what you choose to believe. But when you step from this place, you become a magnet for your desires. Because when you step into this place of being like a spirit-filled woman, and of course, spirit-filled with the Holy Ghost, like you have your spiritual practice, but also spirit-filled just by the joy of life. When you operate from this place, every element of your life will be in cooperation with your desires. It will corroborate with that. And it will be in obedience to your desires. That's really where it is right now. Every element of your life, every element of your day, every element of how you operate is coming into obedience with your desires and what you really want. Woo! So listen, if you want to learn more about how to do this, how to create these shifts so that you can exude irresistibility, so that you can have what you want, so that you can trigger attraction, so that you can feel good and be a woman that you're proud of, so you can be interesting, right? I have a complimentary training for you. It's called the 5 Simple Shifts that my clients have used to find and keep Mr. Right. You can go ahead and click on the link below in the description box, or you can click right here and get access to it, okay? So I hope that this video served you. My name is Monique Head. I help single women of faith feel confident in their journey to meet their Mr. Right so that they can have a lifelong loving relationship, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless. Bye.